Hello everybody and welcome to class. Take a look at me in the viewfinder and make sure that I fit. My name's Donovan, y'all should know that by now. And we've gotten a lot of feedback around, I keep telling people, hey, do a whole workout. And I've had a couple of people say, not sure what to do. So tonight, we're gonna do a full workout. Just before we do though, I have a very cool announcement. February 4th from, can you find out what day that is? I think it's Thursday, but Ethan's gonna check and make sure. So February 4th, and I'm gonna send everybody an email following up on this, and it's gonna be on the Facebook page as well. February 4th, in case you didn't hear me the first two times, from 6 to 7 p.m., Johan Beaton, the high performance coach for Alberta, is going to do a class for us over Google Meets. Very excited. He's a two-time Olympian, a high performance coach for Judo Alberta. This guy knows his stuff. So I'm very excited to be a part of it, and I hope you all are too. There'll be an email coming out in the next couple of days with the Google Meets link, and and everybody who's going to join us, please RSVP. Let me know so that I know how many people will be there. Is it a Thursday?
It is a Thursday.
It is a Thursday. All right, Thursday, February 4th, from 6 till 7 p.m. Please mark your calendars now. Now, we're going to do a class. So, as always, we start with the bowing. So I'm going to come back here. It'll be a little different. Am I still in the shot? I'm
Just
still even in the shot? Oh,
Just
okay.
barely.
All right. So, looking across from the class. Kids, stay. Show me knee, right? Sensei knee, right? All right, let's start with some jumping jacks. Eight, 9, 10. Each knee, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Front and back. Each knee, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Feet together. Each knee, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Conventional each knee, san, shi, go, roku, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Awesome. Knees up. You gonna do the burpees?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right.
That depends entirely on how many burpees.
All right. Ethan, 10 burpees. Awesome. Awesome. Heart's going a little bit. If you need more to get your heart going, pause the video and run around a little bit. All we're looking is that your heart rate's elevated just a touch. The one piece of equipment we'll be using tonight is this bar I showed you last time for Aussie push-ups. I'm doing this for a second, give your arms a chance to rest after the burpees. All it is some pipe from Rona, and on the bottom, so that the pipes don't damage the mats, we've got some insulation, electrical taped on.
And if you can't get one of these, you can take a dowel, 2 chairs,
Perfect.
put the dowel across the chairs, use it like that.
Careful using a broomstick or anything like that. Make sure if it snaps that you're not going to fall down.
Yes.
And you can also just use a chair. Grab by the side of a chair, pull yourself up. So, next, we're going to do some cycles. We're going to start with 10 push-ups. Body nice and straight. Ethan, 10 squats. Heels flat on the ground, go as low as you can without bending your back in. He's looking forward, not down. It's not a bend at the waist. It's pulling down on your, it's lowering your legs.
Whoa!
Whoa! Sit down. Aussie push-ups.
And if you use those as back trainers, keep in mind, you're probably going to do fewer of those than you will push-ups to start out.
Good point. It's the first one of those I've done in a while. Next, sit-ups. For this one, 25. Now you can do them double hard, feet off the ground, bring your knees up, or you can do them this way.
Feel like you're gonna beat me still?
Mine are a lot easier.
Did you go?
Wow. Oh, I just about caught up. But mine were a lot easier. All right, backups. Body flat, hands up. 1, 2. Ethan, push-ups.
Oh.
If these are too easy, if they're too hard, put your knees on the ground. If they're too easy, go up on your knuckles or offset your hands. Just be sure to do 5 one way, 5 the other way.
I haven't done knuckle push-ups in too long.
Squats, 10. I'm 51 years old. If I can get all the way down here, you should be able to as well. If you can't, you need to work on your hip flexors.
But if you can't, don't force it either.
And don't force it. If you can't, drop us a line and can help you with some exercises. And I've now totally lost count.
I'm probably getting close.
I'm gonna do a couple extra just to make sure I get all 10. Ethan, Aussie push-ups. 10.
10?
Now look at him, he can go all the way up to the bar.
Can you though?
What's that?
My feet are slipping. Thank you. There we go.
Cool.
Watch out with those, your feet will slip.
25 more sit-ups. 10. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Each, ni, san, shi, go. Ethan. Whew. 10 more push-ups.
Another round?
Shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. 10 more squats. And I'm going to take the easier way this time. Each, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. 25 sit-ups. Last round. By now, if you've been anywhere near keeping up with us, you should be pretty wrecked. Because we've been alternating and you're on your own, so. Pause the video anytime you need to catch your breath. And then, last 10 backups. 9, 10. Awesome. All right. So take a second, grab some water. Pause it if you need to, get some breath, whatever you need to do. The next thing we're gonna do, actually I'll give you a second to pause it. All right, so you're back. Next thing we're gonna do, Uchikomi. We always practice Uchikomi, one of the most vital skills in judo. So if you have space, you're just gonna do a roll of them. If not, how close am I to the edge? To the side of the...
right on the edge.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is use as little space as I can and practice this way. Each knee, san. And if you want to do it without the slap, feel free. Shi. And just go back and forth. If you have space to do it, do them in a line. Make sure you're practicing left and right. And this is a great chance to pay attention to your technique. So if you're coming down and you're crossing your feet, great opportunity to come out, practice. Make sure this foot comes down and doing a break fall as well. Somebody does Sode Uchikomi Goshin, you don't have that hand to slap, you got that opportunity too. All right, side, which in Japanese is Yoko Uchikomi. If you're less comfortable, crouch down, foot out, and make sure it's a roll. More comfortable, all the way from the top. Foot forward. Try to make yourself as much a ball as you can. Back and forth. Awesome. And then, Koho Uchikomi. Took me a second there. I always got to think about Koho and Yoko. So again, you got the two opportunities. There's the gentler one if you're new, or if you're landing on, like if you're in your basement and you're rolling on concrete, gentle it up. You don't need a bunch of bruises. So you can go from all the way seated. I start from crisscross applesauce, arms across your chest, chin tucked.
Notice how the arms aren't straight out. They're like a jet plane.
Airplane, jet plane. We want to be like a jet plane. Further up, just stand up, roll into it. I'm not going to do that one sideways. You guys don't need that big a view of my butt. All right, back and forth for a few. And then we're going to move on to what we're covering tonight. We're going to review the ABCD model, and oh my goodness, it just occurred to me I was supposed to phone somebody before Christmas and I never called. I'm so sorry. I will call you tonight. So we're going to review the ABCD model as soon as we come back. All right. So we're going to go through the ABCD model to Kuiwaza. What's your favorite technique? Now you can pick anything you want to. It's whatever works for you. I'm short and I'm stubby, so that kind of has an impact on what I like. I can't do, I picture someone like Alex or someone like that who's like super tall. Even Steve, who's way taller than me. Jen, super flexible. I can't do Uchimata on any of them. It's just pointless. It's not going to happen.
I've tried, it doesn't work.
I've tried, it doesn't work. There's actually a funny story about Uchimata. We were working Uchimata one night and I was going with Jen, who is remarkably flexible. And then I switched to another member of the club who's really not flexible. And working with Jen, I had gotten to where gotten used to, you know, the kazushi's got to come way up and I got to come way deep and that leg has to come way up. And I switched to someone who's really not flexible and I just drove the poor guy into the mat. I felt terrible. I apologized profusely at the time and I still do every time it comes up. All right, so for me, these are the throws that work. The other thing we're going to do with this is each throw is going to lead into the other. So one of the key things that I don't think I talked about in the last video we did on this is they're not 4 independent throws. Each throw leads into each other. So my C throw is Taitoshi. Whoops.
This is why in the grips video we said keep the same grip for all 4 throws.
Yeah. So if my Taitoshi doesn't work, going back towards A, and you'll see how this works in just a minute, I'm going to do Ko, Uchi, Makikomi. I've stolen this from my son. For my B throw, Ouchigiri. And for my D throw, Sasai Tsurukomiyashi. So those are my 4 throws. If I go in for Taitoshi and my uke rears backwards, I'm well positioned for a Ko Uchi Makikomi. Okay? If I go in for, say, Ogoshi and it doesn't work, I don't want my A throw to be, say, Osotogiri. Because what that's going to mean is I got to get this hand out and around and up on his lapel or up on his shoulder and then come all the way around the outside of him to execute it. You see what I'm saying? So you want each throw to lead into the other. If Taitoshi doesn't work, it fades really well into Ko Uchi Makikomi. If Ko Uchi Makikomi doesn't work, it switches really easily into O-Uchigiri. And if I go for an O-Uchigiri and that doesn't happen, that leads, it sets me up really well for Sasai Tsurukomiyashi. So you want each throw to lead into the next one. So, I have a drill I'm going to put up here. And we're going to do some Uchikomi. C, A, D, B. C to A, B to D, and then A to B. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I'll borrow my uke. So, and we're just going to do Uchikomi. Now you can do this with someone who isn't a judoka. Put their gi on, or put your gi on them, put their hand on your shoulder, and they can just rest that other hand on your shoulder. So I'm going to get you a step forward, and a step back, and out. And out. And each time, making sure I do it as well as I can, making sure we don't fall. If I happen to throw Ethan accidentally, he's good at ukemi, I'm not worried, but I don't want you throwing your uke on accident.
I was about to say, be extra careful if your uke is not a judoka.
And if you don't have mats under you.
Yeah, that's also a big thing.
No killing the ukes. That was a little high. Seven, 8, 9, 10. All right. So let's see. Hey. This is my A throw. I'm doing Ko Uchi Makikomi. You do whatever one you want. back. Oh. And the whole idea here is I'm just running through my favorite throws. I'm gonna give you a second to catch up if you need it. And then we're gonna do my last standalone throw, Uchikomi. And while we chit chat for a second, Ethan's gonna make sure the camera doesn't time out. There's a setting on this silly camera. Hang out there. There's a setting on this silly camera that only lets us record 10 minutes at a time. And that's why it's in pieces, not one continuous video. So Ethan's gonna shut it off, turn it back on. We'll do the last throw and then some Renraku Waza. All right, come on back. Not sure why I'm bowing, it was only 2 seconds ago, but so I'm gonna move towards that foot and I want you to step back. Okay. All right, just before we switched to the Renraku Waza, Ethan made a great point about what I'd said earlier about Ogoshi into Osotogiri.
So if I get all the way in for my Ogoshi from here, Osotogiri's hard. But if I'm here, I've kept the throw going longer than I should have. If I come in here and he blocks it, I keep this tight, I'm gonna have to lift my hand up, but I can step in, and I can get my hip in for a big hip Osotogiri.
That's an awesome sensei key on kind of an Osotogiri.
But it's really important when we're doing stuff like that. Traditional Osotogiri uses a different grip, so it doesn't work. So if you don't know how to do Osotogiri with this grip, then it's probably not a good thing to plan to do, unless you learn how to do it first.
And if that's what you want to do, let me know, let one of the senseis know, and we'll help you work it out. We'll help you with the details, because that is an awesome Ogoshi to Osotogiri transition. I love that.
Check time real quick.
Okay, he's just going to check the time. And then we're going to do Renraku Waza. So, I go to do Taitoshi. So we're doing C to A. So I go to do Taitoshi, and he pulls that foot back. Or he rears his weight backwards. He rears backwards, I'm not going to get it. Ko Uchimaka Komi. Sorry, I'm not meaning to drop you here. Stand up. There. All right, was that 9 or 10? Do one more. 10. All right. B to D. So I go for Ouchigiri, and he steps that foot back. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Whew. This is a lot of work, this whole judo thing. And keep in mind, you want each throw to set the stage for the next one, and you need to commit to each throw. So if I step in for one of those ouchigaris and he just stays there, I should be able to execute my ouchigari. And same thing with the sasai tsurukomi-ashi, with any of these throws. If for some reason I decided to follow through on any of those throws in any of the uchikomi, I need to have the commitment to do it. Now I need to have the control to choose not to if I have an uke who doesn't know how to break fall and we don't have mats. But each one you want to commit to it enough that you can execute it.
And if you have an uke who can't, a way to get around commitment, go slow.
Yeah,
Super slow, super technical. Even if you do it picture perfect, you just won't be moving fast enough to throw them.
I heard a saying a long time ago, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. So if you're doing, like I've seen Uchikomi, where they're technically perfect and they're jumping in and out, like boom, 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 faster than I can move. And it's awesome. But I've also seen Uchikomi that fast where it's sloppy and worthless. And there's no point. Somebody's stepping in for Marote Seinagi and their arms are down here and their feet are out like this, and doing it badly 1,000 times just makes you really good at doing it badly. So I'm going to pause for a quick second and restart the 10-minute counter. Silly thing. All right, the last one in Rakuwaza is my A throw into my B throw. So his foot's forward. I'm going for ko. In this case, I'm not really going to do makakomi. I'm going to do ouchigari. He's going to pull this foot backwards, and I'm going to switch to ouchigari. So, boom, boom. Whoa!
Whoa! More Kazushi than I expected.
Arm down, jeepers creepers. All right, 1, 2, 1, 3. All right, that's 10. So at this point, you've done 70 Uchikomi. You've done 70 Uchikomi. So you've spent a bunch of time, you've taken your time, you've made sure your technique is perfect. Do it wrong 10,000 times, you just get really good at doing it wrong. And then for the last one, we're going to spend a little time. 81.
I only got 8 minutes, but I just want to say one thing real
Oh,
quick.
bring it.
When we're doing the Rakuwaza, Sensei and I like our uchigari techniques. So he and I do a lot of ko-uchi to ouchi, stuff like that. If I do ouchigari as my B throw, and I do osoto-gari as my A throw, that's okay. Just know, osoto-gari is a hard technique to turn into ouchigari. So if you have to tweak it a little bit, do so. And if you don't know how, get in touch with us.
Happy to help you. Yeah. And the person who I owe a phone call to, I'll probably have phoned you by the time you get this, or you see this video. All right, the last one is kumikata drills. Remember, kumikata is grip fighting.
I don't know why I took those off.
You don't need to take your glasses off.
7.5.
So, 1, 2, 3, and I open them up. So what I'm doing right here, I catch this hand, I push it down to his hip, my hand goes down to his hip. His ability to attack me now is dramatically diminished. I grab his lapel, lift your head up. I grab his lapel here, and I step forward and pull him around. And I open him up for my throw. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, and then a throw. I mean, look at that Kazushi. I mean, he is way forward. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a great saying, I know a music teacher who's got a thing up on his wall. Don't practice until you can do it right. Practice until you can't do it wrong. Do this over and over and over again. So 1, 2, 3. And then if you want to, enter for a throw. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my foot placement was horrible for that one.
I'm lucky, my glasses would have gone flying.
Yeah, yeah, but don't throw. You can just enter in for it and go for it.
And with this one, right v right or left v left. Right v left for this doesn't work for this drill.
Good
There
point.
are drills out there. Again, get in touch with us if you
want to find
left in that situation.
Yeah.
But
Can you give us one more? So I gave us one kumikata drill.
I'll give us one left v right.
Left v right.
So we're standing like
And this will also work for righties who are going up against the lefty. You just got to reverse it.
So our hands are up. One here, inside, pull.
Oh, I like that.
Leaves him open. I ended up too far away. I should be more in here. I do drop Sanagi.
Cool.
That's me, but
Do it again.
inside like this, pull, don't let him get his grip. And usually
So-
he's good.
Inside, pull, and then in like that?
Yep.
Cool. Show us again. Oh, I'm all over the place. Okay, show us again, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. And he's pulling me to the side of the arm that he's on. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I'm totally off balance. Love that. All right. So you have 2 kumikata drills with your uke. Don't break your uke, but practice. 1, 2, 3. Or sorry. 1, 2. Here. 1, 2, 3. And the other one is 1, 2, 3. So practice those. Right v right and left v right. And if you're a righty, practice them the other way around. So Ethan stand in southpaw. 1, 2, 3. And then from here, maybe Uchimata, maybe a Ponsanagi, whatever you decide is a great idea.
Honestly, that one gets him moving as much as anything else.
Yeah. Awesome, awesome. All right, as always, if you have any questions, reach out through Facebook, directly in the comments, Facebook Messenger, email info@medhatjudo.com, or call or text 403-580-6666. More feedback is always good. Got a little bit, and that's why we got this tonight, but more feedback's always good. And we're within our 10 minutes. Oh, 3 minutes left. All right. Remember, Johan Beaton, Thursday, February 4th from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'll be emailing out the Google Meet link probably tomorrow. You'll have to have a jacket and a belt. If anybody for some reason doesn't have their jacket, it's in the laundry or something, give me a call and I'll loan you a club one. I think everybody's got a gi though. But if not, please touch base with me, and we got a lot of club gis happy to loan out. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, stay well. Thanks again for your support of the Medicine Hat Judo Club, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good night, everybody. Oyasumi.